Joining me at Edgar Street, Russell Slade, your reflections on exit from the FA Trophy tonight?
I think it's a great game when you keep it simple and play the game simple, but I think we made it very complicated for ourselves tonight in terms of going into the game, and in the first kind of like 8 minutes, was it? Find ourselves 2-0 down from not marking from a corner well enough, and from a free kick, second phase, just it's simple. Mark a man, pick up, okay, stay with your man, do your job, play the ball, protect the goal. And we didn't do that, and it made it very difficult to come back from that kind of situation. Albeit, we had a blatant penalty, and I've just seen it. Blatant penalty shout, yeah, in the first period. We needed that little bit of fortune or luck or whatever to try and turn the game. But there was no guarantee we were going to score it, was there, tonight? Because we do get one eventually. After a really good spell at the start of the second period, we were on top, probably could have scored, probably could have got another goal, but we didn't, and that was our little spell to try and get back into the game. We had a go in the second period, but we tried to put more pressure on them, tried to get in the faces a little bit more, but quite simply over the 90 minutes, got to say we weren't good enough.
Are you disappointed because in terms of the defensive strategy of the way you set up and the way that the players played at Kings Lynn, they came into the game and within 7 minutes all that good work had come to nothing?
Yeah, I think that what you've got to do is separate the two, the strategy first. The goals had nothing to do with the strategy, that was the thing. They're like basic defending week in and week out. So we've gone 2-0 down, irrespective of any strategy or shape that we're intending to play and put our game plan on there, onto them. But and that knocked the stuffing out. That would knock the stuffing out a lot of teams. But you know, we took a little bit of time then to get back into the game. By the end of the half, then we were, you know, we weren't out of the tie. And I just felt if we could go and press, which is what I did, second half, more effectively, and get our fullbacks right high against their fullbacks and match them up in the middle of the park, then maybe we could start, you know, turning the ball over, winning the ball in better areas, which we did, and putting them on the back foot and under a little bit more pressure, but we couldn't sustain that.
Were you impressed with the way Kings Lynn went about business tonight?
I think they're a good side. You know, even before Saturday, I saw what they were capable of. It's no surprise they're up there, but the disappointing thing and that's great to them and great credit and good luck to them, because they look like they've got a really decent group together, and they'll take some beating and holding back as the season goes on. But the disappointment for us and for me is that that's the level we need to try and get to, and that showed that we are still got an awful lot of work to do, and you know, in terms of change has to start immediate, because you know they've got to be better. Our guys have got to be better individually, and we've got to be better collectively. You know, in terms of partnership and understanding. Too many times I see two of our players on the ball and not talking and not taking responsibility on the pitch, and whether that's an inability or you know they find it difficult at this level, but we have to find a group. I have to find a group going forwards that's capable of playing to a standard of a level which is going to give us a real chance of finishing in that top 7, even between now and the end of the season. And that's going to be tough. But I'm not come here to waste those games between now and the end of the season. I'm still on a quest here, and I need people and I need players to go on that journey with me. And I've given some an opportunity and a chance to fulfil that and to be part of that journey. But, you know, I think it's time that we had a look at a few things. Hopefully, as well, we get a few bodies back. I mean, one of the pluses was seeing Danny come on, of course, late on in the game. Thought, why not? Why not get him some, you know, match minutes?
As a left wing back, that's what he likes, to get forward. That's probably, you know, one of his plus points. So that's an area that you might try and work on.
Yeah, and he's our natural left back anyway, isn't he? And we haven't had him all season, so you know it's pleasing to see him back on the grass. Dawson is another one that hopeful will be back, because he's huge influence for us as well going forward. If we're going to grind away up this table and be a threat, then it's the likes of Dawson and possibly one or two more like him that we need in the group.
What's the future with Stephen Dawson? How do you see things panning out with him? Is he a possible signing or an extension until the end of the season?
I hope so. I hope somebody doesn't go, oh, we need him in the league, which he's quite capable of doing. I think we all know that in the short spell that he's been here. But he's happy, he's playing his football again, which he's pleased about, and he'll just work hard and tirelessly for this football club whilst he's here. If that's like another month or two, or whether that's till the end of the season or a season and a half, he'll just give everything. That's just the way he is.
Another challenge at the weekend, Farsley Celtic, all the form sides in the division. So again, a lot more to think about and try and work on ahead of that match. You need to get back to winning ways as quickly as possible.
Yeah, no, honestly, and in these situations, and you're right, it feels like, well, this has got to be done, that's got to be done. I think sometimes it's just best to simplify it sometimes with the players, and making sure that we're doing some of the basic things really well. But I'd just like to see more partnerships out there, and don't kid each other. It's important to communicate. Communication breeds organisation, and gets teams on the front foot. And just want to see combinations of play, and I see it in training sometimes, but when it comes to that pressure situation, not everybody can deliver.
Thanks for your time.
Pleasure.
Can I take you over the penalty shout in the first half?
Yes.
Was that the handball?
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, well, that's what
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and his hand's very high.
Yeah.
I think you need VAR, don't you, at this level?
Yeah, no. Listen, you kind of needed that. You kind of needed that.
And Owen Evans used to take penalties a bit last season. Obviously, we've had a couple of penalty takers that haven't succeeded lately. Any reason that he can't take them?
Well, I have to say, I think, did Pete not score his last one?
I think so.
Yeah.
He might have, yeah.
Yeah. I think Pete scored his last one. But and he has taken penalties before in his career, so obviously he'll be disappointed with that. But maybe we do move on to another penalty taker. Maybe that's another change we need to make.
I mean, the attendance tonight was always going to be low, I suppose, because of the nature of the competition. I mean, what's your message to the fans who did turn out tonight, because they'll be going home tonight bitterly disappointed?
Yeah, just to stay with it. It's your club, and we will find a way. We will find a way to move forward and improve, even with the group that we've got now. But I do feel that we need to make, as time goes on, we've got to be making changes. We've got to be improving the group. They need help on the pitch. I can give them help, training ground and off the pitch, but they need. That's what I'm saying is, like, the likes of Dawson's, to get some help out there, because you get some knowledge, you get some experience, and that's going to have to be.
Are you looking at changing in the short term, bringing anyone in, or?
Well, we've got to look at everything. I think that's the thing. We've got to look at whether it's physical, tactical, technical. I think in these situations you've got to look at everything, strip it all down, simplify things, and then go and move forward off a solid base.
So I suppose the one frustrating thing is that you have one good performance one week and then don't necessarily back it up. It's getting that consistency, as you keep saying.
And I've said to you guys before that I want continuity. I want to be picking that. I picked the same side tonight because I wanted to show that there's continuity when we get some consistency, which we did on Saturday. Mm-hmm. But we've fallen short again. So they can't complain if there are changes again, can they, for Saturday?
Yeah.
And the next sort of 4 or 5 home games in the league, there's a big run up to Christmas of home games after we've been away for so long. How big are they in where we're at the season?
I think every match is massive. I've always treated it like that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.